Hello everybody. I get to hang out with a GMT 400 Suburban. This one specifically, it's a 99 1500 four-wheel drive LT trim level, and it's a pretty darn nice truck. It certainly isn't perfect. Very few of these are anymore, but it's above average, and it's just a killer driver. I've got a soft spot for these things. I've spent a fair amount of time with them, and yeah, this one's cool. So let's poke around it. Compared to when I took the photos, it's a fair bit dustier. I ran out of time when I did my photos, so I'm now back several days later. And I don't know if you can tell from all the stuff floating around in the air. I don't know if that's picking up here on my little GoPro, but it is windy, and that wind has brought a lot of dust and such. So pardon the dust, as they say, and pardon the noise. It's a very noisy spot I'm in right now. But otherwise, let's check out the bones underneath the dust, see what we're looking at. The paint's held up quite well. There's no 90s GM paint peeling that I've seen. There's no major fading. Oh, that looks pretty darn good. Little spot here. No, see, even that's just wipes away. That said, there's a fair amount of light surface scratches on a lot of this truck. You see a bunch here on the hood. Pretty light, pretty minor stuff. Some of that might polish away. A lot of it, I'm sure, will not. But you know, 10-footer, I suppose. You know, cosmetically, yeah, from 10 feet, it's great. You get up close, there are, you know, as I said, the light scratches that you can see here. See here on the mirror. There's also a fair number of door dings. You know, these trucks are pretty prone to that. They're just a big slab side, and these were the kids' people mover forever, and so they ended up in mall parking lots and on and on. And so you end up with, you know, this back door's got a bunch of them, and it's like this on both sides, but there's some door dings. If this was going to be my truck to own for a long time, I would pay a PDR guy a few $100s to go around it and take care of that stuff. Should be pretty low lift for any PDR tech worth their salt. You can see more of the light scratching. The impact strips here are good. They're not all faded. A lot of this, the chrome here fades out. It's not on this one. Back bumper's in good shape. Same story here, you know, more light scratches. There's a bunch on this rear gate, you can see. And I know in my photos you can see these, they showed up pretty well if you're looking at the auction. In this lighting it's a little tough to see, but some light scratching. Some fading to this emblem here, pretty common. And more of the same. Light scratching. I did see down here there's a little scuff. Don't know what that's from. Real light scuff here. And I'm being picky because I always am with these things. You can see door dings here on this front door. A little scuff on this mirror. But for one of these, very much above average. Interior's quite nice. Got heated seats. I don't know if this works, maybe we'll find out. But power, back and forth, tilt, all that stuff seems to function as it should. Leather all around, and it's all held up very well. It does seem that this bottom has been recovered. Feels like it's a little bit of a different material. They've done well But if you feel here, this feels like the old original leather, and this is much softer. It might be pleather, might be vinyl, but it looks good. Whoever did it did a good job on it. Missing the little rubber foot for the parking brake. Missing, looks like a screw for the hood. So functions just fine. Let's close the door so we don't have to hear backing. There's a couple minor spots on the dash here, but it's held up quite well. Little tiny crack right here. 123,895 miles. It's a young one. There is this baffling antenna that has been installed. Best I can tell, somebody didn't like the original exterior antenna, so they added the RCA big boy antenna and had it slapped up on the dash instead of using the OEM one. I don't know the reasoning there. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that breaks on these is not broken. Even like this little stretchy guy, these are almost always all stretched out and hanging. Not here, they're good. It's just a well-kept, you know, lifetime California Suburban. So let's start it. We'll play with some of the bits and pieces here. Even the fob works. Check this out. Very cool. All right, let's start it up. It does sound like maybe the accessory belt tensioner is a little noisy. Can barely hear it at idle, and it comes and goes. I've heard it a little bit just driving this truck is the limited amount that I have. We will take it for a drive in a second. We'll play with the four-wheel drive system and all that. We've got AC. To prep it for the sale, the AC compressor was just replaced. So yeah, that's excellent. Nice and cold. Got all our speeds. We've got blend door, sends air where it needs to go. So HVAC system working as intended. We do have a stereo. Don't want to get copyright strucken, so we'll quiet that down, but it does seem like this weird antenna is doing its job. Have not tested the tape player. Left, right, headlamps, high beams. What else have we got? Wipers. They're wiping. Let's see what else. Rear AC is going. You can hear that. The lights, check. I have no idea on the garage door opener. The light's up, so presumably that guy's working. Windows, well, locks first. The unlock is a tiny bit sticky, but good. Let's see, auto down, cool. Let's try the other ones. Yep. And the more important, did they all go up? Sure seems to be that way. Going up. Brilliant. Let's we popped the hood. Let's look around in the back real quick, and we'll go for a drive. Back is quite nice. Leather is all in good shape. Headliner's nice. Got the rear AC. Incredible people mover and tower of things. And, you know, these are becoming a kind of classic at this point, which is odd as a 40-year-old man to think about. But sure enough, they are. You know, even these carpeted armrests and everything in the back, which tended to get destroyed by all the kids and the friends and the cousins and all that. They've held up. Does have the cool barn doors in the rear, which I've always thought was the more interesting spec. A little bit of staining here, a little bit of mark in the carpeting there. As I said, not perfect, but very much above average. This side is also nice. This all functions as it should. That's how you get in the back. All right, let's look under the hood. Let's take this passenger seat first, though. All the power functions seem to be working. A little scuff here, but again, this leather's held up quite well. Ta-da! You can hear there's a tiny little squeak. You know what? Maybe it's just this belt. The belt doesn't look terribly new, but there's a little wiggle coming out of that tensioner as well. So that tensioner doesn't look all that old. Again, I'm being incredibly picky here. That's my job. There's a new AC compressor. All right, why don't we hop in it, go for a drive, and float on. All right, let's do it. Alrighty. We'll go for a drive, but we're starting here in some gravel so we can play with the four-wheel drive. I don't like to test four-wheel drive on asphalt or tarmac if I can avoid it. Use four-wheel drive on loose surfaces, kids. We'll start it up. Yell at me, put on a seatbelt. I will oblige. Okay. So, I'm not entirely, I don't completely remember how to do this on this model, but it seems pretty straightforward. Let's try 4 high. No, is it not that easy? Oh, okay, hold on. Auto 4-wheel drive. Pushed it, it illuminated. High. 4 high. Nope. 4 low. Maybe I gotta go neutral, which would make sense. Yeah, that's a ticket. I heard a clunk. Doesn't say 4 on the dash. Oh, I heard a clunk. It keeps making the right noises. I'm just not seeing anything illuminate here. You know what? Maybe I gotta put it in drive and then it will illuminate. Let's see. Aha, that definitely feels like 4-wheel drive. It's not telling me any kind of indicator, which might be how that works. I don't know. Let's go back to neutral. Okay, I pushed 2-wheel drive, had a big old clunk, and now says too high. And that is definitely 2. It's not scratching and clawing like it did before. And it is saying illuminated 2 here. I just wish it did the same here for 4 for my peace of mind. But let's try 4 low. Clunk. Okay, it's illuminated now. Good. Put it into, let's hold it in first so we can hear, pull RPMs up. Oh yeah. That is 4 high. Or sorry, 4 low. Okay. Let's go back to neutral. 2 high. Big clunk. Shows 2 high. Go in the drive. Alrighty. We've done it. Thanks for tagging along while I figured that out. Let's go for a drive. Get over these, you know, this choppy highway, this bad tarmac, and it mostly seems like it's coming from that second row fold forward access seat. I can hear it squeaking over bumps. That's what it sounds like to me, is where that's coming from. Maybe hit it with some lithium grease. That might be all it needs. But otherwise, very tight truck. I almost said little truck, but it's not little. It's a Suburban. Okay, well, that's the Suburban. Let me tell you, the heated seats work, because I left them on when we were playing with them, and it is cooking. Can't really tell if it is on the passenger, but definitely this driver's side heated seat is excellent. This truck is mostly excellent, so thank you for checking it out with me. Check out the auction in the link in the description below. Bid often, bid early. Thanks for tagging along. Bye.